Okay, so we're just going to start standing. I'm going to have my seat ready when I'm ready to sit down or come down to the ground. But let's just start with a little bit of shifting so that we can find our footing, find our foundation under the soles of our feet. And at the same time, we'll be coming away from all of the goings on outside of our bodies, and we'll be tapping in to our own rhythm here. So just take a moment to shift. And the feet can be as wide or as narrow as you like at this point. And as you're shifting, beginning to notice the sensation that also shifts as your body holds the weight on one leg and then the other. And you might even become aware of tension that's being held in the face or the neck or the shoulders. And just kind of let that float away as you find this rhythm of movement. And whenever you're ready, just making your way to a central point where the weight is equal through both feet. And let's place one hand on our lower belly and one on our back. So you can turn your palm away from you to make it more comfortable. We're really just going to do a little bit of shifting of the pelvis here. I'll turn sideways just to find that neutral place for the spine. So maybe use that back hand to guide the hips up a little bit so the belly will poke out and the back will arch. And then lift the belly up and slide the tailbone down. And let's do this a few times, but moving very slowly so we notice the sensation in the front of the body and in the back of the body as our center of gravity, as our posture shifts. Just a couple more times. And just as we were using our shifting or our swaying from side to side to find a central balance point for standing, let's now find that place in our posture that allows the two hands to be somewhat even. I know you can't probably see it from your view, but just feeling like there's just as much sensation in the belly as there is in the low back. A lot of times there's more in the back because we're allowing the back to do all the work. So let's engage here in the front a little bit. And then leaving that hand where it is, bringing the back hand to the heart. And let's take a moment to notice our breathing. First, just noticing the natural breath, or the breath as it is right now. Noticing where we feel it in the body. Noticing how shallow or deep our breathing is right now. And our theme for today's practice is compassion. So maybe bringing a little bit of compassion into the breath. Just imagine you're breathing in compassion and then releasing it back into the world. Continuing to breathe compassion, releasing the hands down by your side slowly. Maybe allowing the exhale to lengthen a little bit. And beginning to move our shoulders with our breath. So as we inhale, allowing our shoulders to lift up toward the ears. And as we exhale, rolling them back and down. And again, finding a range of motion that works for you and just moving with the breath. Noticing any sensation that comes along with this movement. You may feel something on one side but not the other. And when ready, letting the left arm rest and just rolling the right shoulder and seeing how this changes the movement, the sensation, but staying with the breath. And when ready, resting the right arm and beginning circles with the left shoulder on the next inhale. Aware of any differences between this side and the first side. No judgment, just noticing differences. And releasing that left arm, resting it down, and just resting here for a moment. We'll do one more round of shoulder circles, but adding a different element, a new element into this. Checking back in with our posture, noticing if we have shifted that position of the pelvis and refinding our neutral. Noticing the weight through the feet, noticing the breath. And then as we begin to circle again, with our inhale, let's roll the shoulders inward before lifting them up. And as we exhale, rolling them back and down. So the palms will also change position for these circles. A little bit of internal and external rotation of the shoulder as we're moving through this range of motion. You may notice sensation in the chest when the shoulders are rolling inward. Maybe a little engagement in the upper back as the shoulders are rolling back and the chest is opening. Just 2 or 3 more. Whenever you're ready on that exhale, as the shoulders are rotated back and the palms are forward, let's leave them there in an active mountain pose. Spread the fingers a little bit without striving, lengthening down through the arms towards the floor, and bringing awareness back to posture, back to where our weight is being supported through the feet. And then lifting up a little more through the sides of the neck and up through the crown of the head without lifting the chin, just lengthening through the crown. And taking a few deep breaths in, the arms can reach out to the sides or all the way overhead as we inhale. And as we exhale, we'll bring our palms together at heart center. And 2 more just like this. So again, if you prefer, you can just inhale out to the side and then exhale in. So find what suits your body the best in this practice. Finding your own breath, your own rhythm. We'll meet at the center at the end of that 3rd breath. And then finding a place to focus our eyes. Let's shift our weight back into that right leg And just stay nice and tall through the hip, through the whole right side. Turning our left knee out as we set up for tree pose, bringing our left heel to our inner right ankle. We'll do 2 rounds of this. So the first one, we're just going to test our balance a little bit. The second one, adding any personal expression that you like. But let's just listen to how the right ankle is responding, how the right toes are responding, how the breath is responding. And when ready, bringing the left foot forward again and recentering our weight. And let's take one more breath to release the arms. Inhaling either all the way up or out to the side. Exhaling back to heart center. Finding our gaze, our focus, and shifting into the left leg, the left foot. When ready, opening the right knee out into tree. Noticing our posture, our breath, the movement of the ankle, sensation in the feet. And then releasing the right foot down, returning to mountain. Taking one more breath in, inhaling, arms coming all the way up, exhaling to heart center. Just press gently, palm to palm. Getting really grounded and centered, connected, but without adding a lot of tension into the shoulders or the neck. Shifting our weight into that right leg again. And when ready, finding tree on this side. And let's think about compassion for a moment. As we come into our tree pose and we have expectations about our balance, can we approach this with a little more compassion for ourselves and how we are right now in this moment? Allowing our bodies to find what they need in this moment. If you like, you can change your expression by lifting the foot or changing the arms. We'll just hold for a few more breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Releasing slowly back to mountain. And just releasing the arms for a moment. Releasing our active mountain and allowing the arms to relax, palms facing in and fingers lengthening towards the floor, checking in with our posture, our spine, checking in with our breath, noticing any thoughts that are passing through. No need to get involved with them. Just acknowledging that they're there. And taking one last deep breath, inhaling arms to whatever place is comfortable for you. Exhaling palms to heart center. Pressing palms gently together, connecting. Shifting our weight into the left leg and finding tree on this side. Again, whatever expression your body is telling you it needs today. Breathing. Constantly checking in. Adding any changes that you like to the arms. We'll hold for just a few more breaths. Counting down. 3, 2, And one, releasing back to mountain. And let's just circle the wrists a few times. Reversing and circling the other way. And placing our hands on our thighs. We'll do a little bit of movement for the spine here before we come down to the ground. So as we inhale, let's lift and open the chest, kind of like a standing cow posture. And as we exhale, let's bend the knees, pressing the hips back just to whatever level feels okay. And then inhaling, rolling up all the way up to that open chest again. And exhaling, pressing hips back, rounding the back as we roll up. Continuing here for just a few more, listening to our own breathing rhythm. And noticing sensation along the spine. Maybe noticing sensation in the legs that are supporting us. Staying with the breath. The next time we exhale, let's stay in this forward position. And we'll start with just a half forward fold, resting our elbows on our thighs if that's comfortable. You can keep your hands there as well, whatever you need. Begin to release the belly towards the thighs. And then if you like, bringing the hands down toward the floor and releasing the head and the whole back side of the body. Knees can stay generously bent. No need to straighten the legs here. Just breathe deeply into the thighs, belly to thighs. Each exhale, releasing a little more tension from the back of the body. And then as you're ready, we'll come to a seated position. So that could be in a chair or on the ground or whatever surface you're completing your practice in. But we'll come to a seated position. And we'll begin in our cobbler's pose. So soles of the feet together, knees opening out to the sides, and maybe rocking a little bit from side to side here. Finding our way to center. Releasing the neck, releasing the shoulders, and taking a moment to return to breath. And then when ready, just bringing the knees back up to center and extending just the left leg, keeping the right knee bent. And let's just circle that left ankle. And reverse and circle the other direction. We're circling the ankle, but feel free to allow the whole leg to move so you get a little release through the hip as well. And bringing it back up to center, lifting the toes toward the ceiling and just taking note of our right knee. And if the knee is not able to be up towards the ceiling, there may be lots of reasons for that, but let's just experiment a little bit. Maybe bringing the foot forward more, or maybe opening the foot out a little bit. We'll do an open twist first, so that knee could be out to the side if that's helpful. But just notice how your body's responding with that bent knee. And then whenever you're ready, keeping the right hand in place, left hand behind, let's inhale nice and tall and not twist yet, just sit tall. And breathe into the left side of the chest. And with the next exhale, turning toward the left into our seated spinal twist. Maybe turning the head toward the back, turning it to the front, keeping it neutral. We're doing a little bit of all. But staying aware of a nice tall spine. Nice even breathing. And then coming back to center, releasing that right knee down, and coming into a forward fold, forward bend. So your forward bend may be just sitting a little taller, and that may be all the sensation that you need. So find whatever works, keeping a long spine, releasing the back of the neck just to the point where everything feels long and even along the back of the body and the sides of the neck. No tension in the throat. Let's breathe here. When ready, the next breath in, lengthen through the spine to lift the body back up if it's tilted forward. And extending our right leg forward into a staff pose. So readjust if you need to. So everything feels nice and even and tall, toes to the ceiling. And then when ready, bending the left knee, keeping the right leg extended. And here again, noticing where is the knee landing? Do we need to spread a little bit out or a little forward? I'm able to just hold this without really striving. This is our natural place. The left hand staying where it is. Let's bring the right hand behind, but without twisting yet. Just reach the right hand behind, and let's take a few deep breaths into the right side of the chest. And with our next exhale, we'll twist to the right, open twist, finding the most suitable place for our head, for our gaze, or exploring a little bit with some movement. And then when ready, coming back to center, releasing our left knee down to the floor, adjusting the foot if you need to. And then let's find our forward bend here. Nice long spine, tilting from the hips. Releasing tension from the back of the neck, tension from the throat, tension from the face. Just breathe. And then whenever you're ready, lifting back up. Releasing the left leg forward. Returning to staff pose. Shifting, adjusting the hips, sitting nice and tall. And let's just spread and release the toes a few times. Bringing energy into the feet. Maybe wiggle the toes. And find a place of stillness that feels comfortable for the toes and feet, and for the breath, and for the spine. And then when you're ready, finding a comfortable cross-leg position. So it doesn't matter which leg's in front. We'll be switching out in just a moment. But just find a comfortable cross-leg position. And let's bring our hands out to the sides. And inhaling, left arm reaching up, and exhaling over. Again, this can also be done from the waist. Just finding a little side bend. Then inhale back to center when you're ready and release. Next breath in, left arm or right arm reaches out and up. Exhale up and over. Breathe. Inhale back to center, releasing on the exhale. And now let's alternate for a few breaths, moving with the breath. Inhaling to lift and exhaling to reach over. Inhaling back upright and exhaling to release. And alternating from side to side. And we started on the left, so let's do one more set, one left and one right. When that right arm is back down in place, then we'll know that we're ready to move on, but there's no hurry. And bringing our hands to our knees and just circling the torso a little bit. Again, we'll be switching our legs in just a moment and doing these circles again. We'll do about 3 in each direction. Whatever size circle works for you in this practice. Reversing after 3. Finding breath here, inhaling for the first half of the circle, exhaling in the second half. Coming back to center when you're ready. And then releasing the legs forward just long enough to release tension. Remember which leg was in front, and let's bend and straighten the knees a few times. Maybe windshield wiper the feet and the legs. Coming back to that cross-leg position with the other foot in front. Hands on our knees and going right into those circles. Taking our time and noticing differences from one leg in front to the other. You may feel differences in how it affects the hips. And after 3 circles, reversing and circling the other direction. Coming back to center as you're ready. And let's take a moment to just tuck our chin down to our chest. We're keeping our back nice and long. And roll a little bit from one side to the other. Only if that feels okay. Bringing it back to center. And then making our way onto our backs. So we'll do a little more movement here. We're going to do about a 20-minute iRest today. So a little bit of movement here. And once we're on our backs, let's take a moment just to lengthen the spine along the mat or whatever surface we're on. Bringing both arms out to the side, palms can be up first. And let's just notice how this feels to the shoulders and the chest. And then slowly lowering our knees toward the left side as we roll our head to the right. And just settling into this twist for a moment. You can adjust the feet if this doesn't feel right for your body right now. Releasing tension in the shoulders, in the face, in the waist, and breathing. And as you're ready, bringing the knees back to the center. It can be one at a time if you like. Making any adjustments along the spine that are needed. Then lowering both of our knees to the right, rolling our head to the left. Just settling in here for a moment, releasing tension in the shoulders, the face, the waist. Breathing. Coming back to center. Readjusting again if needed. And this time, if you like, just lift and rotate the arms so the palms are down. If this doesn't feel good to your shoulders, you can turn them right back up. But just notice the difference in how this affects the shoulders and the chest. And then when ready, lowering both knees to the left. And if you like, turning head to the right. Then let's bring our knees back to center. Adjusting the hips and the spine. And lowering our knees to the right and turning our head to the left. Just settling into the twist for a few breaths. And let's bring it back to center. Realigning one last time and bringing both knees into our chest. Just hug them in nice and tight. And then you can add a little rock from side to side. And then as you're ready, beginning to settle in for an iRest. And as you do, I'd just like to read something very briefly to you about compassion. And maybe carry this into your practice, into your iRest practice, as you make decisions about how to settle in for this practice. There is a story from the Bible about King Solomon that you may be familiar with, but it's basically how he used his wisdom to decide which of two women was the mother of a child. And he decided, of course, which one was the true mother because his mother showed compassion when he proposed something that would harm the child in order to solve the dispute. So here's what I'd like to read. Compassion is the kind of caring for and about others that has the Spirit of God as its source. When I'm compassionate with loved ones, friends, and neighbors, I'm calling on the power of God to inspire me. Being compassionate, I reach to the core of my being for spiritual understanding and love. And these qualities support and encourage the best in me and from me, the best in others and from others. And here's a quote from Albert Schweitzer. Until he extends his circle of compassion to all living things, man will not himself find peace. So thinking about how we extend compassion to others, and then bringing that back home to ourselves as well, as we prepare for this gift of rest and meditation. And as you're settling into that space underneath you, adjusting your body so that you feel completely supported by that surface. Using any gear that you need to help support parts of your body. Adjusting yourself, adjusting clothing. Just finding enough support to rest in stillness for a few moments. And during iRest, welcome every experience as a messenger that is inviting you to explore a particular sensation, emotion, or thought, and the recognition of being pure, spacious awareness, allowing each perception to unfold completely, allowing perceptions to come to you, welcoming and responding to each messenger that arrives in your guest house of awareness with openness and curiosity. Reflect upon your intention for this practice, perhaps to remain awake and alert, or to inquire into a particular emotion, belief, or being pure joy or awareness. Remembering and welcoming your intention for this practice with your entire body and mind. Experience your heart's deepest desire or longing, your heartfelt mission, perhaps for health, healing, or awakening. Your deepest desire that you want more than anything else in life. Experiencing and affirming your heartfelt mission as if you are living and expressing its truth in your entire body and mind right now. And let it go and experience how it returns at the end of your practice or in your daily life. Bring attention to your inner resource, perhaps a special room or place in nature, or the feeling of well-being. Your inner resource is your safe haven where you feel totally secure and at ease. Knowing and affirming that you can return to your inner resource at any time, day or night, or during this practice of iRest. Whenever you feel the need to rest, relax, and feel totally secure and at ease. Now allow my words to be your words as you rotate attention through your body. As I name each area, you may feel something or nothing in particular. Whatever you observe is perfect just as it is. Sensing your mouth as radiant sensation. Sensing both ears simultaneously as radiant sensation. Without thinking, sensing nose and nostrils. Left eye, right eye, both eyes simultaneously, soft and at ease as radiant sensation. Welcoming sensations in the forehead, scalp, back of the head, neck, inside the throat. Sensing the left shoulder, left forearm, left palm, right shoulder, right forearm, right palm. Both palms simultaneously as radiant sensation. Sensing the chest and belly, upper and lower back, entire torso as vibrant sensation. Without thinking, simply experiencing. Alert and awake to sensation in the pelvis and buttocks. Left hip, thigh, lower leg, left foot. Right hip, thigh, lower leg, right foot. Sensing both legs simultaneously as radiant sensation. Sensing now the entire body, vibrant, tension open, alert, and sensing the entire body. Attention open to sensation and everything that's present in your awareness. Perhaps experiencing the unchanging awareness or being that you also are, in which all of these changing sensations are unfolding. Be aware of the body breathing itself, and the natural flow of air and sensation in the nostrils, throat, chest, abdomen. And while noting the body breathing itself, mentally counting down from 5 to 1. 5, breath flowing in, abdomen rising. 5, breath flowing out, abdomen relaxing. Continuing counting with your body's own natural breathing rhythm. Alert, attentive, body breathing itself, sensing and counting from 5 to 1. Alert and attentive. And counting falling away, sensing all that is now present in awareness, perhaps experiencing the unchanging feeling of awareness or being that you also are, in which all of these changing sensations are unfolding. Welcoming feelings that are present, perhaps warmth, heaviness, or relaxation. If it's helpful, locate opposite feelings to what you're experiencing. If warmth, find coolness. If heaviness, lightness. If relaxation, then tension. Welcoming and moving back and forth between opposite feelings at your own rhythm. Perhaps even perceiving opposite feelings simultaneously while sensing how this acts on your entire body and mind. Welcome an emotion that's present in your body, or recall a specific emotion that you're working with in your life. And if no emotion is present, this too is your perfect experience. If an emotion is present, where in your body do you feel it? Are there images or thoughts present with this emotion? Welcoming your experience just as it is without judging, everything unfolding naturally. Remembering that you can always return to the safe haven of your inner resource at a moment's notice whenever you experience a need to feel secure and at ease. If it's helpful, locate an opposite emotion in your body. And perhaps moving back and forth between opposites in your own rhythm, sensing how each impacts the body and mind. Then experiencing both emotions simultaneously without analyzing or judging, sensing how this acts on your entire body and mind. Sensing everything that is now present in your awareness. Experiencing the unchanging feeling of being that you also are, in which all of your changing emotions are unfolding. sense of thought or belief you take to be true about yourself. And if no belief is present, this too is your perfect experience. And if a belief is present, where and how do you feel it in your body when you take this belief to be true, welcoming your experience just as it is? And if it's helpful, locate an opposite belief. And where and how do you feel it in your body when you take this opposite to be true? Your experience perfect, just as it is. And perhaps alternating between opposites of belief in your own rhythm. Then experiencing opposite beliefs simultaneously while sensing your entire body and mind. And sense all that is now in awareness, while experiencing the unchanging feeling of being or awareness that you also are, in which all of these changing sensations are unfolding. Bring attention to sensations of joy, happiness, and bliss. Perhaps recall a memory of a situation from your life, or of someone you love, or who loves you, that invites joy into your body. Experience the sensation of an inner smile expanding from your heart throughout your entire body, your lips gently smiling. Joy and an inner smile flowing into your torso, arms and legs, sensing joy and bliss throughout your entire body. Sensing all that is now present in awareness, sensing the unchanging feeling of being that you also are, in which all these changing sensations of joy are unfolding. Allowing yourself to completely dissolve into the feeling of unchanging being, awareness, open, spacious, pure presence, setting aside thinking and dissolving into being. Feeling into the center of being, feeling out into the boundary or periphery of being, sensing your way, being in which all perceptions are unfolding and passing away, without center, without periphery, formless yet undeniable presence, being, pure presence awake and aware of itself and everything just as it is. Reflecting now upon the journey you've just taken, sensing the changing perceptions that have been present, sensations, emotions, beliefs, joy, and the ever-present feeling of being, perhaps welcoming and affirming again your deepest heartfelt mission and your intention for this or your next practice. Perhaps affirming how the feeling being is always present, even now. Deep, unchanging peace and equanimity underline every changing circumstance, always present, in which you can deeply relax and feel at home and at peace. Sensing your body, the room around you, imagining going about your waking life, yet all the while awake and aware as being, in which all of life is unfolding. Taking your time, transitioning back into your waking life, your body fully awakening into its natural state of eyes open, alert wakefulness, reorienting to your surroundings, to where you are and where you are now going, coming fully back, alert, wide awake, and grateful for taking this time for yourself. And thank you for joining this practice. Remember compassion for yourself and let that compassion spread to every living thing. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you. Have a lovely evening.
Thank you. You too.